This next switch is a double pole, double throw. It's going to enable you to turn your motor off, and when you turn it on in one direction, and then it'll also allow you to reverse the direction, all from the same switch. Now this is a little bit intense, so stay with me here. Okay, here we go. You're going to need to put 6 of these brass fasteners in. Okay, so you're going to need 2 in the middle and then 2 on either end within reach. So let's do the 2 in the middle first. Okay, and I'm going to hook a paper clip around it and open it up. You definitely want to use tape on this particular project because there's so many brass fasteners you have to open up on the other side. They're bound to touch each other. Okay, so go ahead and put in your 6 brass fasteners. Okay, notice I can touch here. This is important. Okay, I'm going to measure it over here, and I'm going to put my other one right there. Alright, here we go. This is my double pole, double throw. Now again, I've got 6 over here. Go ahead and tape one side of them in place and tape them such that they don't touch each other. Okay. Alright, now your switches should be allowed to touch the bottom poles and the top poles. Okay. And the idea is when you push here, this is going to be one direction. This is stop when it's not touching anything, and this is the other direction. Now how do you wire this up? That's what we're going to work on right now. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is tape these connections. So I definitely don't want them hitting each other. I'm only going to tape one side though, so I have access to the other side. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. You're going to make an X. You're going to connect this one with the one on top. And then you're going to connect this one with the one on top. So I'll use black here and here. So I've connected the 2. And I'm going to use green to connect the other 2. So you see I've got an X. Okay. Now here is where your batteries are going to go. Plus and minus, it doesn't matter, whichever one you want to do is fine. So I've also got my battery pack here, and I've got my red wire. I'm going to attach on one side. There we go. Okay. And I've got my black wire that came loose from my battery pack, so I better put it on that wire tipped end first. Okay. And we're almost done. Now to reiterate, this cross and this is a cross, and then here's the battery, and here's the motor. The motor wires, I've got yellow, and I'm going to attach it where my green one is, and I've also got white. And I'm going to attach it where my other top black. So the motor gets attached at the top. Okay, and here are the batteries, and I've got my cross. Okay, that's it. Now you got to operate it. So I'm going to hold this somehow. I'm going to hold this while I show you. Okay, to operate it, you've got to have both of the top ones touching. Okay, motor's going in one direction. I disconnect them, the motor stops. That's your center off position. To go in the other direction, you've got to have both of them touching here. Okay, so the motor's going, it's blowing down, and now it's off, and now it's blowing in the up position. Double pole, double throw, motor reversal switch. Very cool.
Once you get the hang of how to wire up your switch using the brass fastener and paperclip model, now it's time to actually learn how to use the switch itself that you can buy from an electronics store like Radio Shack. So this is a DPDT switch, double pole, double throw. The center position is off. So when you flip your switch in the up position, now this contact, the center one, and the bottom one are now connected, as well as the center and the bottom on the other side. They're not connected together. For example, this one's not connected to this one, but they're connected the center to the bottom and center to the bottom. So you can have 2 separate circuits in here. Okay, the center position is off. Okay, now when it's flipped down, now the 2 top are connected, the center and the upper one, as well as the center and the upper one up here. Okay, so that's how this is wired. We usually save this for after you've learned how to do the paperclip and brass fastener model, because you can trace that through with your fingers and kind of see where the electricity is going. This is just kind of a magic little black box, or red box in this case, and it doesn't make a lot of intuitive sense to kids. So that's why we do that one first. But once you finish that, now you can do this one, okay? And just before we wire it up, if you're going to mount this, you can simply unscrew the top here, and you can take the plate off, and then there's another nut here on the bottom. So you can either leave that there or remove it, but basically the main idea is you want to drill a hole in whatever you're going to be mounting this in, whether it's a soap box or a Tupperware container or a shoebox, and this will fit through that hole. Then you can put the plate on it again and then tighten it into place. So this is the switch you want to use if you want your motor to turn in one direction as well as the other. Okay, so let's take a look at how to wire this up. The first thing you need to do is make sure you've got your batteries in. Flat side always goes to the spring. As soon as you got your batteries in, don't forget, you want to keep these two away from each other so you don't blow up your batteries. Okay, and the batteries we choose are carbon core. That way, just in case kids do short circuit, if they just get warm and then they fizzle out and that's it. So they don't leak acid or anything like that. So the alkaline batteries like Duracell or Energizer, those are not batteries that we recommend when your kids are first doing electricity experiments. You want to use these carbon core batteries. These are the real cheap ones you can get from the dollar store, where you can get like 4 or 8 of them for $1. They basically have carbon and zinc inside. The first thing I want you to notice are the 6 terminals here, the 6 tabs. This is exactly the same as the 6 brass fasteners that we just used in the previous model of this type of switch. Okay, so go ahead and grab some wire, because we're going to make the X first. You want to go ahead and grab on to one terminal here. So I've got the bottom corner, and then I'm going to go diagonally to the opposite top corner. And then I'm going to do the second part of the X. Okay, so it looks like this. Okay, so I've got the diagonals connected. Now remember the center 2, that connects to your battery pack. So on the ends of my battery pack here, I've got a red and a black wire. I'm going to connect onto the metal tab, just like that, not onto the insulation, because that's not going to conduct electricity. And then you want to get in here. It's going to be a little crowded. You want to come in and connect the red onto one side and the black onto the other. Now this is going to look like a nightmare, but when you break it down into steps, it's not that hard. Okay, so you had your diagonals, the power goes in the middle. Okay, we are almost done. Now we have to connect the motor. So onto the motor, go ahead and connect one wire onto each tab. You can use a color that you haven't used yet. I haven't used white. And then I'm going to also use green. I know I've already used green, but I'm out of colors, so okay. And be careful you don't yank these too much. Often one of the problems with wires is that they separate inside here, meaning that this wire here gets separated from the metal jaws here, but you can't see it because it's got plastic on it. So be gentle when you're working with your wires. Okay. And the other side of these two actually gets connected to either side, top or bottom, your choice. Okay, so there'll be 2 connections onto this terminal. I'm going to lift this insulation up a little bit and actually hook onto the alligator clip itself. All right, now if we've done this right, our motor should work. So let's see. I'm going to hold it up in the air so it's free to rotate. Okay, so when I put it in the up position, my motor turns in one direction, center should be off, and the down position. Okay. Now if you try this and you can't get it to work, chances are that one of these isn't making good contact, or it's making such good contact that it's actually touching 2 terminals at one time. So you want to make double sure that each alligator clip is only touching one terminal. You can slide down the insulation so it kind of protects it. So for example, when 2 of them get too close together, it's easy for the metal pieces to touch. So Go ahead and check that over. If you're not sure, take the whole thing apart and rewire it, starting fresh again. Okay, don't forget, you had your diagonals to do first. Power goes in the middle, motor goes onto one side. Okay, and so I have 8 total connections in here. Go ahead and give that a try.